Krishna Mataji, I'll just start recording.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna to all assembled devotees. First of all, I'd like to thank all the Japalis and devotees who have attending this short Bhagavatam class on behalf of all my leaders. So today's verse which we'll be discussing is from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.22. So let's start with short prayers. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayam Gopijan Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam, Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayodhirayet, Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu, Nityam Bhagavata Sevayar, Bhagavati Uttamasloke, Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna. So today's verse which we'll be discussing is from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter number 1, sloka number 22, and the chapter is titled as The First Step in God Realization. The chapter name is only so beautiful and attractive, right? So let's read the sloka. Rajyovacha Yata Sandhyaryate Brahman Dharana Yatra Sammatam Yadrishiva Haridasu Purushasya Manomalam. Word to word meaning. Raja Uvacha, the fortunate king said, Yatha, as it is. Sandhyarti, the conception is made. Brahman, O Brahmana. Dharana, conception. Yatra, where and how. Samata, in the summary. Yadrishi, by way, the way by which. Ya, or. Haret, extricated. Asu, without delay. Purushasya, of a person. Mana, of the mind. Malam, dirty things. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation of this verse goes like this. The fortunate King Parishit inquired further, said, O Brahmana, please describe the full details how and where the mind has to be applied and how the conception can be fixed so that dirty things in a person's mind can be removed. So, very important verse. So the purport of this verse goes like this. The dirty things in the heart of a conditional soul are the root cause of all troubles for him. A conditioned soul is surrounded by the manifold miseries of material existence, but on account of his gross ignorance, he is unable to remove the troubles due to dirty things in the heart accumulated during the long prison life in the material world. He is actually meant to serve the will of the Supreme Lord, but on the account of the dirty things in the heart, he likes to serve the concocted desires. These desires, instead of leaving him any place of mind, create new problems and thus bind him to the cycle of repeated birth and death. These dirty things of fruitive work and empathic philosophy can be removed only by association with the Supreme Lord. The Lord, being omnipotent, can offer his association by his inconvincible potencies. Thus, persons who are unable to pin their faith on the personal feature of the Absolute are given a chance to associate with his Virata Rupa or the cosmic impersonal feature of the Lord. The cosmic impersonal feature of the Lord is the feature of his unlimited potencies. Such the potent and potencies are identical. Even the conception of his impersonal cosmic feature helped the conditional soul to associate with the Lord indirectly and thus gradually raised to the stage of personal content. Maharaj Parikshit was already directly connected with the personal feature of the Lord Sri Krishna, and as such he had no need to inquire from Sukadev Goswami about where and how to apply the mind in the impersonal Virata Rupa of the Lord, but he inquired after the detailed description of the matter for the benefit of others who are unable to conceive of the transcendental personal feature of the Lord as the form of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. The non devotee class of men cannot think of the personal feature of the Lord because of the poor fund of knowledge. The personal form of the Lord, like Rama, Krishna, is completely revolting to them. They have a poor estimation of the potency of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.11, it is explained by the Lord himself that people with the poor fount of knowledge deride the supreme personality of Godhead, thinking him to be a common man. Such men are ignorant of the inconceivable potency of the Lord. By the inconceivable potency of the Lord, he can move in human society or any other society of living beings and yet remain the same omnipotent Lord without deviating in the slightest form from his transcendental position. So, for the benefit of men who are unable to accept the Lord in his personal eternal form, Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Sukadev Goswami how to fix the mind on him. And in the beginning, and the Goswami replied in detail as follows. Okay. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताकस्वामीति नाम्ने नमाचार्यपदाय नित्यकृत्पदाय गौरकदधामदाय नगरग्रामतारणे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नाम्ने नमस्ते सरस्वती गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay. Hare Krishna. So in this verse, if you see, this verse explains three main things. First one is the importance of remembering Krishna. Second is the process of fixing our mind. The third one is why devotional service must begin immediately without any delay. So now let's see the context of this verse. Here we can see Maharaj Parikshit is asking his third question. What is that? What a person should do at the time of death. See, as we all know, it is not that important for Maharaj Parikshit because when he was in the womb, mother's womb only, he had darshan of the Lord. Right? So it is not necessary for him. But for a particular reason, he's asking this question. That we will know at the end of the session. Okay? And the question asked here is, what is the what a person should do at the time of death? Very important question. And everyone know the answer, that one must remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead throughout his life by practicing bhakti. But are we doing that? Now let's see the key points of this. Prabhupada always in his lectures, he will be telling that remembering the goal of life. That should be our motto. Prabhupada always emphasizes that life is successful if we can remember Krishna at the time of our death. Why? Because death is a final exam. And what we prepare daily, that will only come gradually at the time of our death. So if you see in Bhagavad Gita 8.6, Krishna himself, he tells, whatever state of being one remembers at the stage of death, he attains the same. So what you remember at the time of your death, the same you will attain in your next birth. So we can take a simple student analogy to understand this verse, this sloka, that is Bhagavad Gita 8.6. See, there is a student, if a student regularly he practices his academics, he studies well, and he does his homework correctly, what happens? Final exam will be very easy for him. He will pass the exam with flying colors. If the same student, because of the ignorance, he just skips the syllabus, he never reads anything, exam will be very fearful for him. The result is that he will fail the exam, right? Similarly, here it is said that bhakti is the practical method. It is not speculation or it is not any dry yoga. Actually, it is the hard and core fact which we need to accept. So how can we practice this bhakti? It is through hearing, chanting, remembering, association with the devotees. These are the safest process. We have many examples in Srimad Bhagavatam. We have seen Ajamila. At the end of his life, we know that past time. At the end of his life, what did he do? He just chanted Narayana 3 times. We know that he called his son, his last son. But offenselessly, he chanted, Lord Narayana only sent Vishnu Dutas. If you take Gajendra Moksha prayers, if you see there also, offenselessly he called the Lord Narayana only came. And Katvanga Maharaj example we can see. He came to know that in few seconds he's going to die. Immediately he came back to his place. He chanted he remembered about the Lord. He did offenses chanting and he returned back to the Godhead. So it is said that even a little advancement also saves one from the greatest fear. And what is that greatest fear? It is nothing but death. Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj always he stresses on the morning program and Mangalarati, Japa with attentive Japa and reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and everything. Why? Because this create a deathless habits. So if we remember Krishna while we are living, it is automatic that Krishna will remember us at the time of leaving our body. Why? Because it is said that at the time of death, body will experience severe pain and body fails, our organs will fail, and we don't know in what condition we'll be leaving the body. Our mind will get weakened. So at that time, only the savior is Harinam Sankirtana. So chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is sufficient to remember Krishna. Why? Because again it is said here that death is certain, but time is uncertain. Time will not stop for anyone. Our senior devotees in many lectures we have heard that they will be telling death will come for everyone. And we have seen the practical examples also. We have seen in front of our eyes, we have seen our grandparents passing away. Their grandparents have passed away. If we see, if we go like that, our parents, grandparents, their parents, many people, they have left their body. We have practical examples in our families only. But we are not ready to accept that death will knock everyone's door. Therefore, we should not wait or we should not postpone our bhakti. We can take Parikshit Maharaj's example only. What did Parikshit Maharaj do? He is the emperor. He is the king of the whole world. As soon as he got the death notice of 7 days, immediately what did he do? He would have counteracted that. Being a king, he knows many gods and he's got personal association with Lord Krishna itself. He would have counteracted that. But he didn't do that. He accepted that notice and immediately what did he do? He did not even waste 1 minute also. He started hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So here it is said that Srimad Bhagavatam is the preparation. It prepares us for the death. Srimad Bhagavatam, that's why it is called as liberature of dying man. So reading Srimad Bhagavatam, what does it do? It will improve our intelligence and it will make us remember Krishna at the death time and it cleanses our heart. So just to remember Krishna at the time of death and face death fearlessly, we need to constantly hear. What should we hear? We should hear about Krishna, his pastimes. Then we need to chant. We should have association of devotees. So all these things when we do, the process is very easy and we can have the fearlessness. So it is said that everyone in this world are busy preparing for life. But Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam especially, it prepares us for the death. So Srila Prabhupada always he tells that the whole world, that the material world is a place of death because this is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. So we need to remember that remembering Krishna at the death time, it's very difficult because accidentally we can never remember. We know that Antyakala we need to remember or chant the Lord's name. But do you think it is very easy? No, it's very difficult because we don't know in which situation we will be leaving our body. We might be paralyzed or we may be unconscious. There are many devotees on their deathbed, they don't even remember who they are, what is their name. We have seen many examples like that. Due to devotees association, chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra only, they can go back. So it is said that remembering Krishna after death does not happen accidentally. It is the result of lifelong training that is required. So here another question comes, why mind is so important? Because mind only carries us to the next body. So how fragrance, like a perfume or something fragrance, if it is sprayed in the air, how it is carried in the air, similarly our consciousness only carries us to the next destination. So we need to remember that. So Prabhupada says that life should be a preparation, death is the final exam. If we fail, we need to again dwell in this cycle of birth and death. Punarati jananam, again punarati maranam. There is no other this one. As we know, there are 84,000 species of lives which we need to, all the wombs we need to enter and come out. Again, take birth, death, until unless you meet a spiritual master, right? So it is said that at death, you cannot artificially remember Krishna. What we prepare daily, that will automatically come at the time of our death. Before death, that only we will remember. How is that? It is said that if we think about money and everything, at the end of the death time, money only will come. If we think about family all the time, family members only will come at the time of death, right? And if we think of Krishna, Krishna will personally come at the time of death. Okay, so here it is said that not jnana, not karma, or not any mystic yoga, just bhakti directly fixes our mind on Krishna. Just doing bhakti only will fix, not any jnana, yoga, tapas, karma, nothing. Just remembering about Krishna. Satatam Hare Kirtanat. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.26, if you see, it is mentioned that unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service is sufficient for the soul. When the soul is satisfied, what happens? It is very easy for us to please the Supreme Soul, right? So, holy name is only sufficient. Chanting Hare Krishna, that will engage our tongue, that will engage our ears, and that will engage our mind. So it is said that if we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra offenselessly, that is completely enough. This is the blessings given by our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for this Kali Yuga, because we are fallen souls. He knows that we can't do all the austerities. And always our mind will be dwelling in one or the other dirty things. So the only process for this Kali Yuga, which is gifted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now, the another question raises, what is that? What's the real fearlessness? We'll be speaking, yes, if you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, fearlessness will be there. You'll not be having the fear. What is that? Here it is stated that devotees are not afraid of death. Why? Because they have relationship, personal relationship with Krishna. Example, how a child is not afraid of his father when he comes and stands in front. Similarly, when Lord or his associates come and stand in front, we will not get bewildered, will not get any confusion, will not get scared. Because all the time in the lifetime, we have heard about him, his qualities, his name, form, activities, everything. So that fearlessness will not be there. So what should we do? We should have a checklist every day. What is that? The three main important things. What am I thinking about the most? That is very important. Why? Because what you think now, only you can remember at the time of your death. Second question, what do I hear the most? What should you hear? You need to hear glories of the Lord. You need to hear Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam from a bona fide devotee. Third question, what do I hear? Hear the scriptures. What do I think? Think is about the Krishna. I'll repeat the three questions. What am I about thinking about the most? What am I thinking about the most? Not about the waste things. It is about what you need to think. You need to think about Krishna. What do I think about the most? You need to remove all those things and you need to focus on the Lord. And what should I hear the most? You need to hear about the scriptures. So here, if you see, like many scientists, they have said that mind is very quick. And per second, it can think 50 to 60,000 things at a time. So at that time, it is very difficult to think about the Lord or focus your mind on the Lord. Arjuna also, once he asks Krishna, telling that I can control the wind also, I can stop the bow also, arrow also, but I'm not able to control the mind. So what does Krishna tell? He gives a simple answer. Abhyasetu kaunteya, practice kaunteya, practice Arjuna. So here, what will be the message for us? Don't wait for the old age. We should not wait for the old age because we don't know what will be our condition. What will be the stage of our mind, whether we can remember or not. Second one, we should not wait for the sickness. We have seen after the sickness only near the deathbed, Bhagavad Gita will be going on. But the person will not be having consciousness only. So what is the use of putting Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam next to him? Right? So what is recommended? Begin a day with bhakti process. So immediately, it is very important notice for everyone that we don't know when that death will knock our doors. Immediately, we need to start bhakti process. So what happens? Then death becomes very joyful. There will be no fear. We have seen Dhruva Maharaj example. Death is fearless. So many devotees we have seen. So this is applicable for everyone, not for devotees or non-devotees, nothing like that. This is applicable for everyone. So coming back to the purport, we can see because of the guna sangha only, what is there? What is the root cause of the dirty thinking? If you see here in the sloka, it is mentioned like in Bhagavad Gita 13.22. If you see, it is given the living entity in the material nature experiences the modes born of nature. Its association with three modes, that is guna and sangha, is the main cause of its birth in various circumstances. Other verses in Bhagavad Gita also it is stated, like 14.6 and 14.7. It is said that further describes how guna, that is sattva guna or raja guna, creates bondage through happiness, knowledge, distress, and activities. If you see again in Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.51 also it is mentioned that in the Kali Yuga, only through chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you can escape from the cycle of repeated birth and death. Okay, and it is clearly told in this verse that the heart of a conditional soul are the main root cause for all the troubles what he is facing because of his ignorance. That is due to the guna, karma, and sangha. Due to the association, guna and karma only, he will be facing the problems. And it's also clearly mentioned that based on our karma, guna, sangha, our desire, why soul takes birth in various species of life. So we can take a small analogy here. See, we'll be having a cloth which is full of stains. So just dipping in the water, will the stains go? No, it will not go. We need to put some special detergent into it. Then only the stains will go. Similarly, or else the stains won't go. Similarly, here it is said that here the detergent is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Actually, this life, no, it is meant only to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But on account of this dirty thinking only, things only in our heart, we like to serve the desires. So actually, our nature of work is to serve the super soul. But what we are doing, we are serving our desires. That is mentioned in this verse. So there are like these are the main root cause for the problems what we are there. When once we go to serve our desires only, all the unwanted problems will start coming. So for Kali Yuga, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the super cleaning detergent. How Hare Krishna Mahamantra cleanses our heart. Similarly, what happened? How detergent will clean the stains from the cloth. Similarly, Hare Krishna Mahamantra also cleanses our heart. It removes the malina in the heart. And also by hearing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayana, scriptures from a bona fide devotees, this will clean our heart. And this process will not happen overnight. What should we do? We should do practice every day. So Iskcon has given us a very nice platform where mornings we'll be having Mangala Arati. After that we will do attentive chanting. Later we will hear Srimad Bhagavatam. After that we will do our karma activities. After that we'll have association with the devotees. And before sleeping we will just read 1 to 2 slokas from the scriptures and we'll go for sleep. This routine will be a daily practice. It is not like today we do, tomorrow we'll take rest, other day we do, and we have some functions we'll do for 4 days. Again we start bhakti, not like that. So it is suggested that every day we need to follow this process. Then only at the end of our life we can remember Krishna. And that too with the help of a devotee association. So we can understand this, like we should have a service mind. This is very important. One example of a devotee I would like to share here. A devotee, while cleaning the temple of the floor, a floor of the temple, what does he do? He will think that I am cleaning this place. Well, if I clean this place nicely, my heart also will get clean. Why? Because he will always think that Vaishnavas will come here, they will come sit here, they will hear Srimad Bhagavatam, and they will dance for Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and all purified souls will come walk here. So that is the reason I need to clean the hall very neatly. So similarly, our mood should be like this, like this devotee, to remember Krishna automatically. How? When we read the scriptures, when we chant, what happened? Our heart, malina in the heart gets clean, and automatically this will help us to remember Krishna. So automatically he can remember about Krishna and he can go back to Godhead. So this should be the mood of a devotee. So it is said that when mind and heart is clean, it is very easy to remember Krishna. So back to this verse, if you see, Parikshit Maharaj, he inquires from Sukadev Goswami. What does he inquire? How to fix the mind on Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the beginning only. And for this, Sukadev Goswami replies in detail in the next coming verse. So we need to fix our mind from the beginning only. It is not that we need to wait for our death time. So here I would like to conclude this verse. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Patapan Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.